comic guy. People say that people unfortunately had to add certain particles of what is the worst version of a something that's based on something. Today I want to explain, even though it might be true, this is how it's always been done. It's always been done, in fact, that people always had to think that the MCU has come not so well made. Well, there are, in fact, cinematic or movie verses that are made much worse than the MCU when it comes to quality. Today, we're looking at them today. These are the top 10 movie universes that are based on comics that are worse than the MCU. Starting with number 10, we have an easy doozy, and that is film serials. What type of film series I'm talking about? Well, the Batman film series, as they're pretty much a little outdated at times, and there are certain scenes that feel outdated. The action, while kind of interesting, kind of makes it very awkward. I mean, this Batman unfortunately has to face against people, and each time he does, his cape gets in the way. And also the costumes for both these Batman kind of look silly because of the pointy ears. Next up at number 9 is, speaking of Marvel, here we have the TV Captain America films. Why those? Well, just look at these films. I mean, the first one virtually shows how bad it is in quality compared to the MCU itself. The costume of Captain America is definitely wrong. The shield is wrong. And even crazy as of all, he's riding in a motorcycle. Number 8. Yes, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. One of the best when it comes to not being one based on a DC or Marvel comic. Not here, not in the next mutation. Of course, the next mutation could have been much more interesting, but the story doesn't make much sense, and the episodes are kind of oddly, well, they're never once the best. Number 7. What happens if we take a certain... What happens if you take a certain film series starting with a single character and you want to reboot it? Well, that's the result when you have the universe of the X-Men films. Not the original trilogy, but the reset universe after Days of Future Past. Sure, it had a couple films. It had few of the rare ones, like it had certain ones that were the best, but certain ones not the best. Hence, explains why it's on the list. The X-Men universe after the Days of Future Past reset doesn't make much better, and thankfully it's a good thing that this was mostly ignored after a while. Number 6 on our list is going to be a very interesting one. It's the Marvel Universe of the Sony Cinematic Universe movies. Unlike with the exception of the Venom films. This universe unfortunately had to fall apart because of a trilogy of films had to be done without the use of Spider-Man. Venom Web wasn't as bad, but then you had films like Morbius and Kraven Hunter when realized this universe could not exist in the first place. Number 5. Yes, it's another universe with Captain America. This time it's Captain America's film serial. Get this, it's a film serial, but it's not Captain America Steve Rogers, just someone else. He doesn't have his shield. Instead, he has his gun, and it's not even a Captain America that was born a super soldier serum. Take all those ideas and make a movie that's based on a comic book that's pretty much 15 chapters of this, and add in some things that don't make much sense to the movie. This is definitely just has a universe of one film, and definitely was never continued on again. Number 4 on the list is the universe with the trilogy of the TV Spider-Man films. The first entry of these TV movies does make sense, but then you count the sequels and not really. These are so ridiculous that they don't even have much villains from the comics. Instead, completely different bad guys are rented for this trilogy of films. Number 3 on our list. Number 3 on our list has to be the most ridiculous movies, the ridiculous couple of film serials that you ever even noticed. And that's, of course, both of Superman's film serials. These film serials, of course, once again, were made in a restricted time of less technology. These couple of films have the idea of ridiculous ways of portraying different characters from the comics. Even has the follow-up Adam Man vs. Superman have it to be revealed that the other title character he's facing against turned out to be Lex Luthor. Coming in at number 2 is another trilogy of Hulk. Another trilogy, well, not really much of a trilogy, is another universe with a single film. But, well, not really a single one, but another couple films. Well, yeah, single film. We have the universe of the original Judge Dredd. Even though this isn't really much, has multiple movies, it still is a universe that you don't want to imagine you being you don't want to imagine being in this universe after what happened when this single film had not been so successful. At number one, you guessed it, the DC Extended Universe. I mean, you guessed that this was number 1. I mean, the DC Extended Universe wasn't near as successful as the cinematic universe as the MCU, but it still made money, or actually a lot of failures. Thankfully, unlike the MCU, this cinematic universe is getting rebooted. It's like, finally, a universe that's finally being rebooted. And that's it for now. I'm Matt the Comic Guy. See you sometime this coming Wednesday. And bye.